Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we will be going through the procedure on how to set up ProxMox on a laptop. And we'll start with the most crucial step, which is flashing a USB with the ProxMox ISO. And so to do that, what we will do, the way that I like to do it is go to Rufus. Right? Rufus is, in my opinion, one of the most user-friendly, I guess, flashers. So what we will do is download the exe. You can ignore those. All right, perfect. So here, once you have Rufus set up on the system that you want, you would choose the drive that you have. Preferably, like it has to be larger than 8 gigabytes for it to install properly. So of this option, you will choose disk or ISO image. Select the image um, that you need. Sorry. So in this case, for me, it's ProxMox VE. So in this case, it's just saying that DD image writing will be enforced, and it's just the mode that it's required to be in. So that is good for us. As for the rest of the options, these do look alright, but just in case you are on an older version of Rufus, ensure that the partition scheme is in MBR, the target system is in BIOS or UEFI. The file system is set up the way it should be in FAT32. And lastly, the cluster size should be 16 kilobytes. Just another thing that we would want to check on the drop-down menu is that in case you have other files and whatnot on this current USB stick, click on Quick Format before you continue, as this just ensures that anything before flashing is already removed. So the stick that I have has already been erased and repartitioned. So for me, I don't have the option to format, but if it is there for you, just ensure that. And we'll click Start. Just a disclaimer that any data on the device will be removed and destroyed. That's all good for us. This part takes anywhere, if you have like a slower USB stick, it might take maybe a few minutes, like 5 or so minutes. In this case, I'll just let it run through. Alright, so now once you get the ready output here, should be good to go. You can close close Rufus, close anything else, and from here, the next step will be to get your laptop. So I will be right back. Here we have the ProxMox environment setup page. So as of right now, I have already set up the system that we'll be using with the respective configuration on the hardware side, but just to not go through the entire process of redoing whatever is already currently set up, I have created a virtual machine on my current ProxMox setup, and we'll just go through a quick install from here. So a few things to ensure before you go into this installation process and the rest of this flow is that ensure that when you plug in the USB stick into the system that you will be flashing, ensure that in BIOS you set the boot order respectively. Um, and to access BIOS, usually it's either you would press F12 or press delete to enter BIOS, and ensure that the USB stick is being registered by the system and that it is set to the top priority. In this case, once that is set up and you save and exit from the BIOS menu, you will see this as you start the system up. Um, and the steps will be as follows. So you can use your arrow keys up and down to maneuver what you may need. In this case, we want to set up the ProxMox VE graphical interface, and it'll take a few seconds to set everything up. So it has already gathered a DHCP address from my router, and now it will be here. Okay, so now we're at the EULA agreement. You can go through it. Everything is all good from here. Um, then you would choose the target hard disk for setting up your ProxMox environment. In this case, I've added a 200 gig hard drive to this VM just just to kind of go through this installation process. Then I'm currently located in Canada, specifically in Toronto. So that would be my option. US English is the correct keyboard layout for me. And now this is an important part. So create a strong and secure password for your ProxMox environment, as this will be what you use to access um, your home lab, if this is what you have. And so once you have that set up, you can also put in an email address. So for me, I have my personal domain, but you can use Gmail. You can use your if you have like your own business email, please go with that. And once you have this, click next. And here is a crucial component. So two things that you have to be on the lookout for is that this hosting that you choose here, anything before the first dot will be set as the name for your ProxMox host. So in this case, I will be naming it test proxmox.chrisadmin.com for me. That would be a host name that makes sense for me, given that this is my local domain. And once this is set up, this will be the name of the ProxMox environment, and this, what we will choose here, will be the IP address what we will use to access it. In this case, I want this IP address. That's what I've configured on my router, and it'll be /24 if that is what your network subnet is on. And once you set this up with your respective choices, click next, and here you will want to automatically reboot after the installation is complete, and then click install. This will take some time, so you sit back, take a break while this goes through, and we'll be right back. Okay, so now we got the screen to do a reboot to tell us that it's rebooting itself, or we could have chosen to reboot ourselves from the bottom right corner. Okay, now this is a screen that pops up once it has rebooted. It will automatically boot into the operating system that we have, in this case, which is ProxMox. And this will be the final screen that you see. Just take note of this IP address if you had not manually changed it. So this will be what you use to access your ProxMox setup. So let's quickly log into it. And so we will go into here, and the credentials are going to be root, and the password that we had chosen initially. The realm is by default, it is the correct option. There's two options, but this is what we want to log in with. And there you go. We have installed ProxMox on the system that you have with a USB drive, and like, let's say in my case it's a laptop, in your case it's an old computer, a new server that you just set up, whatever it may be. This is the procedure for any of those um, systems, no matter where and how. But what needs to be done next is going to be the, I guess, more software point of view. And I'll be going through all of this in the upcoming videos in the playlist that I have set up right now. So that is all I have for now, and have a wonderful day, guys. Bye bye.